And I had found in my research that you did a battle royal at the NWA's 50th anniversary show. You work with guys like Dr. Death Steve Williams, The Future Test at that show, Christopher Daniels, Giant Silva, Sean Stasiak, Teddy Hart. Yes, Teddy Hart, who you can find a documentary on Peacock about, and man, that's interesting. And a friend of mine, Dr. Tom Pritchard, who helped train you. Do you have any memories of working that battle royal?
Yeah. I believe it was in Boston. We were training with the Dory Funk Dojo back in 1998, 1999. And what we would do is we would train for about 4 or 5 days. Then we go to do some house shows up in Boston. And it was a really cool independent promotion. And that battle royal took place there. That was one of my first wrestling matches. I mean, besides my practice matches I had at the Dory Funkin' Dojo, but that was one of my first matches. And I recall that very well because Dr. Death took care of me.
Okay.
He led me through it, and I was really grateful. I loved that guy. He was a great guy.
He was a beast, man. That guy was large. Dr. Death, and he'd do the Oklahoma Stampede, he would call it, back in his UWF days, where he'd do that power slam, that running power slam. But man, he was one of my favorites.
A lot of people don't know this, but he was a 4-time All-American in college in football. He was also a 2-time All-American in wrestling. And he took second to the greatest heavyweight wrestler of all time, Bruce Baumgartner. He lost to him 3-2 in the NCAA finals. And that is impressive because he only started wrestling during the season in January, and the season ends in March. So the season starts in wrestling in October, but he was playing football up until the end of December. Okay. So he only had a couple of months to get ready for the NCAA tournament. For him to play second and lose only 3-2 to Bruce Baumgartner, Bruce Baumgartner is a 2-time Olympic gold medalist. And that shows how much of a badass Dr. Death was.
Ah, I love that. I never heard that story before. So that's pretty cool, Kurt. Steve, Dr. Death Williams. JR loves Dr. Death. If you ever get Jim Ross talking about Dr. Death, you better give up about 10, 15 minutes of your life because
JR is a big amateur wrestling fan.
Yeah.
Was in it, yes.
And an Oklahoma guy for sure.